I've had to start a new one. I kept getting told by chat to refresh it, but I hit every button on the screen and I didn't see any option to refresh it. Anyways, we're out here, Ohio River, fishing with dock demons off the jet ski, about to catch a fish, because it's past that time. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm bummed. I had a good chat going. It was like 40 people in there. And I had to end it. The screen just went black. If anyone knows why, I'm on an iPhone, live through the YouTube app, and the screen just went blank. I mean, my screen didn't. My screen froze, but everyone watching the stream said it was a blank black screen. But they could hear me and chat was still rolling. So if anyone knows how that happened or how to prevent it, comment and let me know. Either in the live or if you're watching this after the fact. If it's a successful live and I keep it up and don't delete it. Because if we don't catch any fish and chat's born, it gets deleted. Welcome in. One person in here and one like. Greatly appreciated. I don't know if you were in here or earlier or just popped in, but I was live and I had to end it because my screen went black. Whew, it's getting toasty. If these fish don't bite in the next few minutes, I'm gonna go for a swim. Perfect conditions though. We got one suspended off the back of the boat. And we got two in the front, drop down, suspended. Welcome in, Rod. Just got here, cool. Yep, I was live earlier for about 30 minutes and had a good one stream going, about 40 people watching, and the screen just froze. Chat was still rolling and they could still hear me, but they couldn't see anything. So I had to end it. And then when I ended it and tried to come back in, it took like 10 tries. It kept saying error, publishing or broadcasting stream. Then I exited the app, closed it, opened it back up, still kept saying error. And then it come up with a new error message. It said choose a shorter title. So I deleted some stuff from the title, tried it again, and it worked. Here we are. Hello from Michigan, JD187. Jalen Davison, yo, I'm back. Thank you for stopping back in after we had our freeze up. I don't know what caused that. From Michigan, where's everybody else from? We got Michigan in the house. I'm from Ohio. So we got some Great Lakes states. Look how clear it is. Can y'all see that? You can see my float, my rattle trap rattle, and my bait. It's crazy. It's awesome when you hook up on a fish when it's this clear, because you can see the fish come and take the bait. You can watch it fight all the way up to the surface. It's kind of like fishing out of an aquarium. I do need to drop them baits down though. Shoot, it's way deeper than I thought. We just had a bite on the balloon. All right, that's at a good depth. Ooh, I need to get some water on this seat because it's on fire. I can barely sit on it. I was sitting in the back, so it was shaded by my bum, but the one up here has been getting beat on by the sun. Man, there's something wrong. I know what's wrong. Just dumb new dock demons. Each time they come out with a new version, they make them, look, it won't even reel, man. How are we supposed to catch a fish when the dang thing won't even reel? Like, look, no tangles, no snags. but it won't reel. Well, it's official. I need, and last time, this handle, see how it's bent? First fish I caught, it wasn't even a big one, bent this handle. The new dock demons are just junk. Line won't come out. If anyone's has any old original, there we go. Well, yeah, see? The braid's all frayed up in there. That's the problem, look. If anyone has any old original dock demons, they're gray, like this. Gray and dark burgundy, not bright red. I would buy them. If anyone has a store or old stock, I'll buy 10 of them. I'll buy 20 of them if they're the old ones. Because these new ones, they just suck. Them old ones, I can put 30-pound braid on them and they work flawlessly. These new ones, I put 20 on and I'm even questioning that because they just won't crank. I should have went with 15. But the old dock demons, they'll handle 30-pound braid with ease. And I'm talking the older braid too that was even thicker than this newer stuff that's out. All right, we got no choice but to do a quick fix. I do have I have another rod down in the hall. Well, I seen some more people come in. Welcome in. Have you used Zebco ones? I mean, technically these are Zebco because, well, actually they even say Zebco there. But Zebco, Pure Fishing, been buying all these small companies. Zebco, Shakespeare, Ugly Stick, and there's like a dozen others. But it's just plain and simple. You're not going to get a good one unless it's one of the older ones. I thought about using them. I thought about using them ice fishing rods you see at Cabela's, but them are a little too flimsy. I've yet to find one that had enough stout to do what I'm trying to do. And I've seen some nice, well, decent telescopic rods, the ones that telescope out, like the pocket rods. Proficiency, they make a couple decent ones, but they're full size, you know, they're like 6 feet. I didn't really want that. I just wish I could get some of the old original dock demons. I've had dozens, over a dozen of them, and they just get lost. I leave them on the jet ski, and when I go on the highway, they blow off and get crushed in the street. Or I leave them on the bed of my truck, or I forget one on the riverbank because it's dark. I thought about mounting rod holders, the Scotty ones right there, the base where you stick it in and can turn it. But I didn't really want to drill holes in the hull because they almost always crack and spread. Even if you chamfer or, you know, burr out the holes after you drill them, they still crack. But if I put broad holders on it, then I could use, you know, full-size rods. By getting into full-size, I said it last night, that kind of takes away the fun of using these little kiddie rods because we're just out here for fun, messing around. You bring a 6, 7, 8 foot rod, and you go from fun messing around to getting serious. And if you're gonna get serious, then you might as well just take the boat out. All right, we're fixed. I can tell you one thing, I don't like this. This is that easy braid spider wire. I shouldn't have went cheap. I should have just bought the smooth cast. the green kind that I always get. And this braid always slips, so I always, after that knot, I always just do 2 granny hitches or granny knots, just a just in case knot. Ed Jenkins, welcome in. Representing America, heck yeah. American flag in chat. I like to see that, especially these days and times. Need to see that more than ever. Glacier Shark, welcome in. Raw Wilson, hello. Shot Down in Flames, welcome back. And everybody else I already got. Anyone else? Where's everybody from? Oh, double tap that screen. Jens, if you want to help me. If you just want to help. Got 7 likes from 43 people in here. If you're on a mobile device or a cell phone, just double tap that screen real quick. Pow, pow. All right, that one's down bottom. All right, we got the front 2 situated. I'm about to refresh the bait on the back one, because that bait I put on there was from yesterday. Like, the same bait that was on it was yesterday's bait. They were in the bed of my truck, so they were still like moist. So I just kept them on there. All right, hurry up and wait. Yeah, they'll bite. All right, we got all 3 lines out, situated. 2 down on bottom, suspended up with a couple cranks, which is chicken breast. And then on the back, we got 1 suspended on this one. Oh, I about spilt my drink. I just stepped on it and crushed the can. We got this one out under a balloon with the triple hook rig, suspended about halfway in the water column. The wind got us moving pretty good. That's the only thing. I'm trying to show you the bank to give you an idea how quick I'm moving, but it just ain't showing it. But we're moving well over a mile an hour. I'd like to be going a little bit slower. It's where a drift sock would come in handy. I got a little tiny one on my boat that I never use. I should keep it in here. Yep, running chicken again. I've been running chicken for a long time. I always say I don't have time, which I truly don't. I gotta go. I got some cars, 2 cars that I gotta get done before the day is over. I just come out here because I knew if I saved fishing for the end of the day, I wouldn't get around to getting a chance to do it. And I had such a good time yesterday out here. I said, you know what? Let's continue that. Let's pick up right where we left off and go catch some fish. Them mosquitoes tore me up last night. And the crazy thing is I had my legs out in front of me, and I was watching for them. It's probably after it got dark, you know, when I couldn't see them. Because we had some battery troubles last night. Couldn't get the boat started. Well, jet ski started, and had to jump it. So we didn't get back to the dock till after dark. I mean, we were only 50 feet away from the dock, but it was well dark by the time we got loaded up and out of here. All right, these rods should go down any minute. Like, we've been out here for like a while. We're almost to these bridges. Once we get to, that's actually I-70. There's 2 bridges. The current is too swift and fast and dangerous to go through on a jet ski, underpowered, just freely floating through. So that's why the current's picking up too. I mean, the wind's picking up, but the current picks up too. Down under that bridge, there's a creek that flows out, and it shoves all the gravel to where it's only like ankle deep. Like 80% of the river is ankle deep. And then there's this one little section where the channel runs through, and it's like 4 or 5 mile an hour current. And you got bridge pillars, you got docks, you got houseboats, you got sandbars that are shallow. It's just, I would never try to drift through there without an engine going. So once we get near there, I'm gonna crank them up and we will go out on the front channel. Or we could continue down the channel, just drive through and remain in the back channel, but on the other side of the bridge. It's up to you guys. Stay in the back channel or go out on the main river. Alright, what's up with chat? I put these glasses on, I can't even see chat move. But then I take them off and I'm like, oh heck, chat's a rolling. Yeah, it's a little breezy. What do I have to do with these cars? Glacier Shark asking chat. I got to put a exhaust flex pipe on a Pontiac G6. It's pretty much just bolt on. I just hope the rusty bolts that are pretty much non-existent don't give me too much trouble getting them off. And then I have an ignition coil to do on a Nissan Sentra and plug and test drive, which that's pretty easy too. And then I got another one I've been dreading. It's not something that has to be done today. I've had the truck for like a week. It's one of my buddy's dad's, one of them deals. Normally I wouldn't even want to work on it because it was a mud truck. It's a 97 K1500, all lifted up, skyjacker this, skyjacker that, and it's just such a pain to work on. The tires weigh 100 pounds. Everything's caked and covered in mud and rusted. And then every time I get something fixed, he's like, oh, hey, could you also look at this? Like, I already got the car out of the garage, done with it in my eyes. And, oh, hey, can you look at this? Yeah, sure, no problem. What's your concern? When I really want to be on a mountain screaming. Now, the most recent thing with that truck that's been causing me grief, the window's off track. Oh, we're dragging ball. The window's off track, but the frame of the window, the track that's attached to the bottom of the window glass, it's rusted out. It's gone from being a mud truck, having the doors filled with mud and water. The whole bottom of the channel, the whole track where the rollers roll, it's roached out and gone, and that's why the window's tilted. The guy brings me another door to another truck, and by the way, that door weighs like 200 pounds, it feels like. It's been rained on, it's filled with water. It's probably rusted out too, but it ain't even the same style, so I gotta take it apart just to find out if it's the same, if it'll even work. But like I said, that doesn't have to be done today, so I can keep my cool. I can say that that's a tomorrow problem, or even the day after that problem. Well, this wind's not doing us much favor. It's pushing us towards that bank, which is shallow. I can already see the ground. There's actually a submerged car right here I found last year. I even contacted Chaos Divers. Said, hey, don't know if you guys are looking for anyone in this area, but I found a car. but there's hundreds of cars in these big rivers. All right, catch you later, Glacier Sark. All right, guys, should I stay in the back channel here, or should we go up out on the main channel? Ohio River main channel, or stay fishing the back channel? Where's the fish at? Y'all tell me. I gotta adjust this depth on this balloon. I can hear it pinging off the bottom. Actually, we're gonna have to just make a move because we're getting up on the bank. We'll do one more small move just to the other side of the river channel over there before we actually do the big move. Yeah, that bottom hook's covered in grass. We were definitely dragging bottom. Get off my boat, grass. Oh, leg cramp, leg cramp. I just stood up quicker than you'll ever see anyone stand up in their life. Ooh, right on the back of the hammy. I need to drink some water and eat some bananas. All right, we're cranking up. We're just doing a short 30-second move across the river. Cause see, we're about to be in the swamp, and then I want to be able to get this thing started. All right, I'm gonna mute it for a second because the mic tries to cancel out the engine sound and it makes it so goofy sounding. It gets all robot. All right, where's my keys? Every time I'm in a hurry, I can never find the keys. Oh, we're about to be in the swamp. We are in the swamp, look at that. Let's get out of here. Reverse, reverse, reverse. Are you serious? You know, I thought I had a dead battery last night. I even put my jumper pack on it. And I just realized I don't think my battery was dead. I think it was a loose connection or a starter that needs cleaned. Because I took the battery out last night and I charged it to 100% and just put it back in this morning, and it just did the same thing when I just tried to start it. It just made the little clicky screechy sound like it had no power. Well, that's good to know, because I bet the farm that, oh, there goes my drink. I bet the farm that it was a dead battery. I even put the jump pack on it last night. All right, I'm gonna mute it for a second because I gotta give it some power and get on the other side of this river. All right, we're on the other side of the river. We can drop baits down now, as long as we don't get blowed into this big old tree. I bet you there's some big old catfish laying under that. probably a good place to put baits down. All right, till I get these lines out, the camera's gonna be all shaky. So you guys just gotta bear with me for a sec. My hat blew off during the little drive and my mic was on my hat on my back. So you guys probably couldn't hear what I just said. But in case you couldn't, it was nothing important. We're about to drop baits down. We just made a short little move. We will drift until we can drift no more. Rather it be us. Oh shoot. Big old tree. Just a little love tap. Tappity tap. I'm glad I didn't put lines out yet. Well, I think I got a little too close to the bank. I did it on purpose because the wind kept blowing me all the way over there. Hey guys, hit that like, double tap that screen. On a mobile device or cell phone or tablet, you double tap the screen and that'll hit the like button for you. Or if you're not on a mobile device, hit the 3 little dots on the corner and hit that thumbs up. We got 50 people in here and 10 likes. That don't add up. The catfish will not bite until they see some likes. They're big catfish in these waters. And they're not 10 like worthy fish. They said they're worthy about 50 likes. So if they don't see likes, the catfish said they're not biting. And I don't blame them. Because it's so easy. All you got to do is just hit that like button. So, well, I think I made that a little too deep. Alright. That does not want to be on that side. I tried to put it on the starboard side, and it wasn't having it. I said, I want to be on the port side. The way that wind is, see, there we go. This is the 3rd rod off the back, suspended under the balloon, triple hook rig. It will catch the fish. It's the one that always produces. We just let some line out, about 20 or 30 feet. Hello from Maine, G. I never seen a name on YouTube that was just one letter or character. I figured they'd make you have at least 2. That's pretty cool, G. Where are you from, G? But the name like that, I would say from the hood. And that's G means like grandpa, which that's cool too. All right, we're about to drop the front 2 down. Which one's gonna get the fish first? Rod number 1, rod number 2, or rod number 3 out back under the balloon? I say number 3, but I got experience, so I kind of have an unfair advantage over y'all. Which you think's gonna get the fish? Which one? 1, 2, 3. That's the number of the day. Whoa. My kid used to watch that all the time on PBS. That counts the numbers. That did the number of the day. You know, we used to get so many channels. Antenna TV, DTV, free. Just put antenna on the wall. Put it on your roof, you get even more channels. We used to get like 30 channels, free. But then the cell phone companies and internet companies, they wanted the bandwidth, that low megahertz range that the DTV operates off of. I forget what frequency it is, but they wanted that band for themselves. You know, the telecommunication world, there's only so much bandwidth. I think it's bandwidth. I may be using the wrong terminology. 50 people in here, 75 people in here now. You can correct me. Please do if I'm wrong, because I want to know. I don't think it's bandwidth. It's something else. But frequencies, you know, megahertz, 500 megahertz, gigahertz, stuff that goes through the airwaves, radio waves, TV waves, free antenna TV. It's at the lower end of the spectrum. But people were always fighting for that space, so big old companies will come around and push like a little company, like a little local network. They'll basically just swallow them up and steal that space. And that channel is no longer free, But we used to get like 30 channels for free. There was no need for cable or nothing like that. Now I think I get 4 channels for free. I don't even know why I'm talking about TV channels. I started counting them rods, 1, 2, 3, and it reminded me of that the count on PBS. And PBS was a free DTV channel. We still get it, but now it's all Spanish and stuff, which makes no sense. Broadcasting PBS Spanish cartoons and stuff when there's only and each PBS gets broadcasted from a different region. So, broadcasting that in a region where there's less than 1%, Spanish, that just makes zero sense. My kid's little trying to learn, sitting there watching PBS, and they're counting in Spanish. That's just going to confuse a kid. Now, if it's in Texas or New Mexico or, a big city where there's a big, or New York with presence, then yeah, fine, have Spanish shows. But so I wasn't even that bummed that we couldn't pick up PBS anymore, because it was 80% Spanish. Now, if my kid learns learns all the English and counting and numbers and letters and knows all that and then wants to learn Spanish, that's fine. But don't, it was just confusing him when he was little, 2, 3 4 years old, just learning. And I walk in and he's sitting there trying to count to a Spanish cartoon. Man, these fish, they must be sleeping, I tell you. Because we've been going for over an hour. We're definitely moving out to the main channel. I wish I was on a boat and had a sonar and could see what's going on down there. Because I bet if you had a boat and was driving through here cruising, you wouldn't see a single mark. Because it's pretty dead. Sometimes it's like that back here. The fish just completely move out of this whole back channel and go to the front channel. Or there's creeks that they run up in too. But I haven't even seen any shad or bait flipping. So I really think the fish are out on the main channel. But like I said, we can drift to that bridge, which we're getting close to. So whichever comes first, the wind pushes up on the bank and it's too shallow, or we get to the bridge, we'll reel up, and then we will go to the main river channel. Because that must be where the fish are hiding. Hey, Coastal. Hey G, I just seen your question. I'm on a jet ski, just fishing for fun. From Maine. G's from Maine. Thanks, Rob Wilson, for reminding people to hit the like. They must not like it. I guess they're waiting, making me catch a fish before they hit that like button. I've been to Maine before, G. I've been to Maine a couple times. It's actually the nicest state and probably the most favorite state I've ever been to. I went up there in the wintertime, and I was amazed. In Maine, there was greenery everywhere. You know, around here in Ohio, the trees die, everything's brown for half the year. But in Maine, everything was green still. So much shrubbery and evergreens, and it was pretty cool. And there was also, I noticed where I was at least, there was no trash. I was amazed that there wasn't a single bottle or candy wrapper or McDonald's bag. It got to the point to where I was in such awe that Maine, where I was, had no trash. I started looking for it, driving. I mean, I wasn't driving around looking for trash. I was in a car while somebody else was driving, and I'm looking out the window, trying to spot a McDonald's bag or a pop bottle. None. It was so clean and spotless, I couldn't believe it. And one reason it was so nice, right before that, I was in Detroit at the Detroit Auto Show. So going from Detroit to Maine, of course it's going to make it seem like heaven, but it was nice. Now Detroit, it was such a letdown. I wish I could have seen it in its heyday. You know, it's the muscle car, well, not muscle, used to be muscle car, but, you know, car capital of the world. And me being a car guy, I think it just wasn't it was just so trashy. There's no way to put it. I ain't even gonna try to sugarcoat it. Like, most cities have their big downtown, which is nice and safe and secure, and then they got their suburbs they're surrounded by, and some suburbs are nice and some aren't, you know, and some you might not want to visit. But Detroit, it is just all blended together. Like, downtown, there is no just one nice, like, one block will be skyscrapers, the GM building, and one block over will be abandoned buildings caving in, or an empty lot full with a dumpster on site, but the dumpster's empty, but there's trash all over the block. Like, it just, and you couldn't get away from it. It definitely wasn't what I expected. And we went to Little Caesars, and there's bulletproof glass from the floor all the way up to the ceiling, to the wall, to the ceiling, bulletproof glass. And to get your pizza, you have to put they won't give you your pizza. You won't even get to see it until you give them the money, because I guess people just run out with the pizza and steal it. But you gotta put your money in this bulletproof box that's got like these gears and this crank, and you gotta put your money in, you crank this lever, cranking, and this box revolves around. They take the money out, they put your pizza in it, and then they crank. And then if you have to sign something like a credit card, then you gotta crank that dang bulletproof glass box twice. But we got our pizza, and I got my pizza, and I went outside. I'm sitting in the car, or in the Jeep, and I see this lady coming, kind of stumbling out of the alley, where my buddy's Jeep's got tinted windows, and she comes around the alley, around the corner, and you can see she's just mugging instantly, staring, and she puts her hand up by her eyes that block the sun, and kind of squints and bends down a little, and she's looking, and she sees us, and she sees the nice Jeep and the tinted windows, and she instantly thinks money. She comes walking towards us, and I hit the power lock button, right? Because this is my first time ever being in Detroit. I don't know what's what. I don't know how bad the neighborhood really is that we're in. Anyways, I hit that power lock button, and all the locks lock at the same time and make that sound, and she hears it. And her head jumps up, her hands go up, she starts screaming and jumping up and down. She's hooping and hollering. She's beating on the window. She's yelling so loud and like spitting, and I don't even know what she's saying, but I know she's mad because she knows that I hit the power locks and locked the doors on her. And my buddy come out, and he was able to get in the car quick enough, and we got out of there. And that's just one story. I got so many Detroit stories from when we went there for the car show. It's crazy. The best one is the first night we got there, we ended up at this, let's just say, not nice hotel on East Jefferson Ave. And I'll save that story for later or another day, because it's a little long-winded. But Maine, gee, if you're from Maine, be happy, because it's the nicest place I've ever been. Now, if you're in a major city, I guess it could be a little different. We went through, I think it was Portland. Portland was like the biggest city we went to. Had some friends, we stayed there for the night, went to the breweries, walked on the cobblestone streets. It was pretty cool. And then my buddy, he lived in a small town more north. I think it was like Waterville or Waterville, Maine, something like that. But it was small town. It was a pumpkin farm, and we ended up picking pumpkins for our board and keep, and it was worth it too. Biggest steaks. The steaks were that thick, and they hung off the big dinner plate. I'm not kidding. And the potatoes, biggest potatoes I ever saw. Like little, like the little footballs, they were that big. And the carrots were this big around out of their garden. That big around and like a foot long. The food in Maine was so good. The water was cold. They were talking about a beach, and I thought, beach, like go for a swim. No way. The only people that were swimming, I felt how cold the water was, and I asked my buddy that lived there, I said, what's wrong with them people? That water's ice. He's like, no, they're from Canada. They think this water's warm. I couldn't believe it. I don't know what the temperature was, but I put my foot in, and in about 10 seconds it was hurting. That's how cold it was. Come on, guys, hit the likes. You know, if these fish, you know how they are. They think they're worth more than they value their worth. They're not gonna bite until they see them likes. Well, should I stay on the back channel or hit the main channel up? We're about to have to move because we're about to drift into the DNR boat. That's a bad boat, white one. The left one's newer. I like that cabin. But the right one has way more room in the back for fishing and walking and moving around. It'd be more ideal. I mean, they both would. Well, I mean, if I really had to pick, I'd pick the fireboat. No doubt about it. We could have a little bench in there with a sleeping bag. Go catfishing all night. Catch some sleep. Wake up the next morning refreshed. I try to sleep on the water at night, and usually there's always something that keeps me awake. I might doze off for an hour or two. Last weekend I slept good. I slept for like 5 hours. I slept better on the water, on the boat, than I did at home. But mainly because I was so tired. But usually I only sleep for like an hour or two. Seems like every time I want to sleep, the wind's heavy and the water's lapping up against the bow of the boat. Now, if it's a soft wind and the water's softly lapping up against the boat, that's nice. It'll put you to sleep. But when it's pounding the boat and making vibrations, well, I'm gonna have to reel up because we're heading right for the police, DNR, and fire boats. But yeah, that fire boat's bad. I'd love to have that thing. That's probably $100,000 boat used. I mean, add on all the fire stuff, the hoses and pumps, you're talking $250,000. But strip it down, just a plain old boat, it's gonna be a $100,000 boat used. All right, I'm gonna move us. I'm gonna reverse this some, just so we can get away from these boats. Might as well move. No bites here. I hear you. That's a sketchy spot. The water funnels through to the left, and that current's like 5 miles an hour through there. I actually had a real close call. I was noodling with, you know, the jugs, the fishing noodles, and one of them got away from the rest of them, and it ended up got in this current, and it got washed down. There's a big houseboat called the Wild Wild West right there. Don't look big, but that thing's like 50 feet. And the noodle got stuck up under the front of it. I should have just left it, is what I should have done. And I used my trolling motor in that heavy current to try to get it. And I was trying to match the boat speed and trolling motor speed with the current speed, so I could just, you know, slip right on back real slow like, and then reach and grab it and get out of dodge. Well, didn't go as planned. Couldn't match the speed. My boat went slipped back, and I had my bimini top up at the time, and it hit the bimini pole. I cranked the trolling motor on like 100% real fast, but it done already hit the bimini pole. It bent the pole, like folded the pole in half. But that's the only damage they got done, the bimini pole. I got lucky. But afterwards, I felt so stupid for trying to retrieve a $5 noodle from Walmart. Like, if I got washed under the bow of that boat, I could have lost my whole boat. And I didn't even tell the worst part of the story, but I'm actually not going to tell it because it's that bad. Well, in my eyes it is. Other people's it might not be. All right, I'm just trying to wrap these up so they're not so tangled when we get to where we're going. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, it's gonna be a long ride. I mean, long and not long in my eyes, but it's gonna be long in your eyes because it's gonna be muted for like 5 minutes. But I either have to end the live, which I don't want to do that. I actually should end it since we haven't caught any fish, because it's not going to be a good live. Nobody's going to want to watch 48 minutes and no fish being caught. So if we do hook up with fish and it's later, most people's not even going to have the patience to watch it that long to see what happens. All right, see that balloon? I guarantee you it'll be popped by the time we get to where we're going. Shoot, we're about in the swift of it. The wind's pushing us there even quicker. The current's picking up. Don't want to lose this. We won't be able to use our third rod. Alrighty, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna make a move. I'm just debating if I want to go that way or that way. We'll go that way because down that way there's a harbor and barges, and if we exit into the main channel down there, we're gonna have to go up this way anyway. So this is not the place I want my jet ski not to start. I said I would never go through there. Oh my goodness. I said I'd never go through there under power, and here we are about to have to drift through there under power because the jet ski won't start. And I charged that thing all the way last night, 100%, so I don't know what's going on. If we don't get this started before that we get in that swift current, you guys are about to see an amusement park ride, because it is going to be a ride. Man, I don't see how that's dead. Like, it can't be. See? It started up fine. We just must have a loose connection, or my starter's going bad. I didn't even have to put the jump starter on. Well, next time we're about in it. Right under this bridge is when that current goes about 2 mile an hour to 5 mile an hour. I'm gonna mute it and just haul boogie quick, because the mic tries to mute out the engine sound like digitally, and it just makes it all awful sounding. But anybody that wants to stay watching, we're gonna move out to the main Ohio River channel, and we'll be there in about 5 minutes. We gotta slow down some through here, because it's no wake zone because of them boats. But once we pass them boats, we can get boogieing. And we'll be out in the main river in like 3 minutes, couple minutes, few minutes. But I'm gonna mute it again. We'll have lines in the water in 3 minutes tops. shoot, I'm muted, Jens. You're already muted. Or unmuted. Anyways, we made it. Line's out. Get back to business. That wasn't that bad of a ride, was it? It was only like a few minutes, like I said. We gotta let a way more line out here, though. About 3 times as deep. All right, we're on board. Y'all got a close-up. I had flipped the camera the wrong way. It was ugly. I seen it. All right, let's get the rattle trap rig out. I should put some fresh bait on there. But if they're hungry, they'll eat it. Come on, y'all, hit them likes. We only got 13, that's not cool. You want to see some fish caught, you gotta hit the like button. You know how them catfish are, they can be picky. They value their worth. I should label this video 4 hours raw and uncut. I can't believe Catfish Dave did that. That was hilarious, though. I mean, I know most people don't like him, but I love him. He's like one of the first fishermen I've ever come across. It was Dieter Melhorn, and then Dieter Melhorn's kind of smack talking Catfish Dave, and I had no clue who Catfish Dave was, so I searched him, and next thing you know, I'm watching more Catfish Dave videos than Dieter Melhorn. If Dieter Melhorn wasn't saying stuff, I might have never even knew he existed. But anyways, if you ain't seen it, his Catfish Dave's most recent video is a 4-hour live. Just like Kayak Catfish. He even labeled it the exact same, 4 hours raw and uncut. I mean, it's funny. It's messed up, but it's funny. Hope we got one more rod to get out, y'all. I'm sitting here jabber-jawing. But we're smack middle. Smack middle in the middle of the river, which is a good spot. Because this is actually, usually the middle of the river isn't the actual channel, but right here it is. So we're actually pretty much right in the belly of the channel, right in the middle, at the deepest point. So we should catch some fish. I can tell you, if we don't get any bites soon on this balloon, I'm taking the mystery bait off and I'm putting chicken on. How's the wind out here, Jens? With the wind's always worse out here on the main channel. Is the wind bearable? Oh, we're missing a piece of bait on that one. Yesterday, this #1 rod got the bite first. It's Mo, welcome in. Where you at? Well, I'm on the Ohio River. Uncle Don, welcome back, welcome back. I had another no start problem just a second ago. Last night it didn't start, and I put the jump starter on it and it fired right up. Which usually a jet ski, if you're not driving it, especially the older ones, if you're not driving them like multiple times a week, the batteries will just slowly discharge, and you got to put them on charger once in a while. Well, I haven't took this battery out and charged it once all summer. So when it didn't start last night, I was not surprised at all. So I took the battery out when I got home last night, put it on the charger, put it back in today. Good to go, problem free. Well, guess what? I went to go start it up, and it was like it was dead again. Like click, click, click. So it can't be a battery problem. Unless I have like a bad cell or something, which is possible because these lawn tractor batteries and power sport batteries they sell at these local parts stores are garbage. Every year, well, not this year because I bought a different brand, but every year I had to buy a new battery. And you take it back to the store the following spring and they're like, oh, sorry, sir, it's a 1-year warranty. And it's been like 1 year and 2 weeks. So the next year, I say, you know what? I'm going to get me a battery that's got a 3-year warranty. I'm going to spend the extra money. I go, and to my surprise, there's no batteries that have a 3-year warranty at AutoZone or Advanced or O'Reilly's. Not even a 2-year warranty. Not even a 1-year warranty anymore like they always had. They took the 1-year warranty and changed it to 90 days. So I went to a different parts store and bought a different brand. This one is Die Hard. It's an AGM Die Hard battery. And I don't know anything about it. Like, I don't know how good it is, how bad it is. Because I haven't had it more than a year. So I can't speak on it. But it's a shame that you can't get a battery for a watercraft or dirt bike or motorcycle that has more than a 90-year warranty. You're spending $100+ and you can't guarantee it to last more than 90 days. Like, that's not even the whole season. You can't even get a warranty for the season. Now, I do know they make batteries with better warranties if you're willing to spend $300, $400, $500, $600. But for a $150 battery, 90 days is the best warranty I could find. All right, we got that one out there. All right, we're on a different body. Still the Ohio River, but we went from the back channel to the main channel. So something's got to be different, right? All right, drag set. This one's in the holder. Oh, I don't have a bell on that one. We could have been getting bites while I've been jabbering my jaw. All right, low battery. I didn't think my battery was that low. Well, before I sit down and sit still, I'm fishing for catfish, salty river fishing. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. If you'd be so kind, hit that like button so I can tell these catfish we got a decent amount of likes, and then they'll, bite. Because the last one I caught, he said he's lucky I bit. He said he only had 11 likes, but he was real hungry, so he couldn't hold out for any more likes, so he bit and we caught him. But like I said, I'm gonna hop around a little bit. I gotta get a water, I gotta get my charger for my phone, and then I'll sit still. You know what? I used to always take this out of the case. I think I'm going to keep it in the case and just run the charging wire out of it. I can't believe there's no boats out. I mean, it is weekday. These fish need to start cooperating because I don't have that much longer I can fish. I gotta get back to work. My phone would have been blown up, but I disabled car forwarding. Alright, I gotta move the phone around for a second. You guys gotta bear with me. I gotta get this power cable plugged in. I knew that was gonna do that. I'm supposed to plug this into the base of the mic receiver and it's supposed to charge. And of course it's not. I'm gonna unplug the mic for a second. Alright, I plugged it back in and we're charging. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, please. Dang it. Dang camera flip. Y'all saw a turkey neck. Alright, we're charging. I just gotta get this little rubber thing around the camera so if it falls out of its holder, it don't fall in the drink. And then I'll quit fiddling with the camera. Alrighty, we're back in business. We're charging. The phone still might die. I didn't know it was that low. I shouldn't have let it get that low. I wish I could put this somewhere it wouldn't. It always falls down in the well and gets wet. I guess I really can't do nothing with it but sit it right there. This charger's twisted up like a dang fishing line. Alright, we're charging. Uncle Don says he can hear me. We got 2 suspended and 1 out the back. The way we normally I'd say we wouldn't have time to get to the twin bridges, but as quick as the wind's moving us. Why won't this thing stay plugged in? That plane sounds like a dang missile. Y'all hear that? The way it's whistling. Bryce Blankenship. This guy got skunked on his last fishing trip. Well, Bryce, anyone who's a true fisherman knows that that is part of fishing. And my last fishing trip was last night, yesterday evening, and I caught 3 fish. Well, 2 fish. Caught 3, landed 2, but the one got off right at the boat. Oh my God, look everyone. It's a homosexual staying off the grid. I think I need some moderators. Want to be a moderator, Uncle Don? I don't know how to do chat filter, chat moderation, community defaults, hold potentially inappropriate chat messages for review. I don't know how to do moderate. I don't know if I can do it from this phone. I might have to wait until I'm on the computer. Chat moderation. Downtown Ernie Brown, welcome in. Just out here trying to get a couple catfish. I just made a move from the back channel to the main Ohio River channel, so I'm hoping things turn around because we've been at it for 74 minutes. Oh, I figure out how to add as moderator. If we get a monster Ernie, we'll have some broken fishing poles because all we got is the kitty dock demons. I do got 20-pound braid on them. Uh, we got one out the back too, on the balloon. Suspended triple hook rig. It's suspended about halfway down the water column. I need to stand up for a while. My legs are getting falling asleep. Yeah, fishing. Usually, this is the best time of the year. End of summer, running into fall, which we'll get there. The way this weather's been, though, it's kind of been throwing a wrench in things. We haven't seen low pressure in this area for about 2 weeks. It's weird. We even get a tad bit of rain. Usually, rain or weather means low pressure. We'll have rain and it'll still be high pressure. I don't know all the technicalities of the high and low pressure and fishing, but I do know I would prefer low pressure. I do much better on the weather bug app, and you can go in the radar and change the storm tracker and change it to wind speed or pressure. And if you change it to pressure, it'll use color. Red and yellow is low pressure, and then like green, purple, and blue is high pressure. And when I look at that map and it's low pressure, orange or yellow, fishing's usually good. But when you get them purple, yellows, and greens and high pressure pockets, it's usually a tough go, unless it stays high for like day after day and things kind of stabilize in the water column, and then the fish get hungry and they start eating. But long story short, the way the pressure is right now, I don't like it. I'd prefer low or falling. And plus, the river's usually flowing. You could be bumping right now if you wanted to, right here. The only reason we're moving right now is because of the wind. It, yeah, right this time of year, this actually 20 years ago, I seen it in the newspaper. 20 years ago, there was a major flood. The water was almost up to that bridge. The suspension bridge in the background, the water was 1 foot below that bridge. So yeah, usually we got plenty of rain right now and flow. But not this year. At least not yet. We don't need a bunch, just a little. We're moving pretty good. Definitely over 1 mile an hour. Being smack middle in the river, I'm surprised there's no barges. Usually in both directions. I gotta check the depth on these because we're moving so quick. That depth is changing constantly. Yep, see? Oh, we were nowhere near bottom. Now we're near bottom. Which you don't have to be near bottom to catch something, but the way I'm fishing, I want close to bottom as I can be because I'm not seeing any action, any top water action. No shad, no fish feeding, jumping. I should adjust that balloon again, but I'm not fooling with it. Man, that water smells good. Usually the river stinks. Well, not stink, but just has that fishy smell when it gets so hot. But it actually smells like you can smell the water. It smells refreshing. Kid Perfect 4, welcome in. How you doing? Thanks, Donar. 600 seconds timed out. Thank you. All right, one of these rods any time should be getting ripped off the handlebars, and I have to dive for it to keep it from getting pulled in. But if not, it wouldn't be the first time I told a little fib. Well, at least the phone's charging. It's went from red to green. Russia, cool. That's a new one. Where was someone from yesterday? Oh, Africa. And I asked, that was a new one too. I see Malaysia, Indonesia, Bosnia, Taiwan, but it was Africa yesterday. And then I asked, is South or North Africa? And they replied back, West Africa. But that was a new one. And Russia, that's a new one. Welcome in. We're catfishing. I know you guys have catfish there. I watched a documentary. I forget the name of both guys, but it was a well-known. They were actually fishing Chernobyl, like the river that goes into Chernobyl. I'm wanting to say the guy he lived on the border, like a border. I'm wanting to say Norway, but I don't think Norway's near there. But anyways, he fished in Russia, but he lived like a town over or something. But he was like a professional angler, had the boat and the sponsors. But he was trolling, catching catfish in the river by Chernobyl, uh, trolling for him, catching them with like crankbaits. That was his primary means of catching catfish. He's trolling like 3 mile an hour, catching big ones. It's been so long. It's been a couple years since I seen that documentary. That's why I can't remember anybody's name. I have no clue. Like I said, it's been a while. I don't remember the name of the river. I just know they were in like a wasn't the hotbed, the hot zone, but it was like the buffer zone. There was like different layers, like places where they didn't want you at all, and then there was places where you were allowed, but they still didn't want you there. They were kind of in like the gray area. But they had a boat. They were in a boat, two dudes. One was just like a YouTuber doing a documentary. Well, it wasn't even YouTube. This was on TV. But one was a professional angler. It might have even been Ukraine. Like I actually now I can't. I think it was the fisherman, the professional was he was from Ukraine, and he was fishing the river that was what goes to Chernobyl or flows past it or out of it, catching a bunch of catfish. I was surprised. I just wouldn't think, you know, the other side of the world they're doing the same thing we are, just trying to catch some catfish and have fun. Man, them clouds are getting a little dark. I haven't looked at the weather, but they are getting look down south. Not too bad. They look worse over there to the east. Whew, it's getting hot. I'm so grateful there's a breeze. If there wasn't some wind, I wouldn't even be out here. It'd be too hot. Oh, look at the windmill. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It used to be a bar. That gold roof. See the windmill? I think it's actually called the windmill. Used to be a bar and then it was a restaurant. And last I heard, it was like a arcade for kids. There's Wheeling Tire. Well, National Tire, technically Wheeling Tires upriver. But I heard that they're brothers. I don't know if that's true. One brother owns Wheeling Tire, another brother owns National Tire. That's where I got when I had my 75 Chevy. That's where I got my Super Swampers. Now that's a truck I wish I kept. 75 Chevy with 40-inch Super Swampers, 18 and a half inches wide. I traded that truck for a dirt bike. Young and dumb. Now you can't even buy that truck if you had the money because they just don't exist. And if you do find one in good shape with 40-inch swampers on it, they want $30,000 for it. In the evening, 8 to 12 p. So that would be 12 a.m. In the evening, Uncle Don. Is it bank, boat, or don't matter? I mean, I can do either or. My bank spot is right up here. See that sand? Right, well, right above my finger. That's close to my house, and it's all like a sandy beach because they offload gravel and sand there. So I fish there from the bank or boat. It don't matter. I might. By the time I can make my mind up, them 3 spots will probably be filled. I might do it though, because that's not a long tournament. I got my kid, so that's day. He likes to fish, just not for real long. Who do I message? Eric B? Or just tell you that I want to do it? Because I should be able to make it. I need to look at the weather. I do know we got some rain coming up here in like the next week. I don't mind any rain, but if I got my kid, I can't have him out in bad weather. So we'll see. I'll let you know. I'll look at the weather when I get home, see what it's calling for Saturday. Even though even it could say it's going to be thunderstorms and lightning and it'll be sunny. The weather's so wrong nowadays. They don't even they change it constantly and they never get it right. Man, them mosquitoes got me so bad last night. The fact I'm not getting any bites, all I can do is sit here and try not to itch, think about itching my mosquito bites. I know if I leave them alone, they'll be gone in 2 or 3 days. My kid, he still has mosquito bites from spring. I'm not joking, because he'll pick them and pick them and pick them and pick them. And the one he gets that crap from his mom, she's nervous Nelly, always picking her fingernails or the skin or messing with scat. That can't ever just sit still, for Pete's sake. So he gets that from her, because I don't do that. Nervous Nelly, what I call her. Well, we're about to be going under I-70. Oh, 40s at night. You better get one of them electric coats that take the batteries. Because if there's any wind and it's anywhere near the 40s or the 50s, you're going to be freezing. I think we're getting a bite on the back one. Because that line keeps jerking. Can you guys see the line? It could just be the wind. But it just started doing it. I don't feel nothing. Uncle Don says him and John Oil are doing a 1v1 at the same time. That's cool. Whose channel is it going? Is it everyone just on Eric B's channel? Anyone in chat, if you want to watch a Channel Cat tournament this Saturday, 8 to 12 p.m. on Eric B's channel. Welcome in, Dan Fish on Adventures. Don't forget to hit the like. I appreciate it. And the notification, he says. Hit that notification. That was funny last night, damn Fish on Adventures. How you say, and hit that notification, ding-a-ling. And last night we had someone in chat named Jingaling. You can't make that stuff up. If that's a bite, it's a tiny one, because it's not even moving that balloon or nothing. I ain't even gonna worry about it. I'll worry about it when that balloon's going under the water. Anyone else fish today? If so, how was the bite? Because I can tell you right now, what I'm experiencing is not pleasant. I shouldn't say it, but we haven't had a single bite. You see, we got the likes up a little bit. 49 people in here, 21 likes. We had like 75 people in at one point. I guess some people are just holding out until I catch a fish to hit that thumbs up. I thought it was wind chimes I was hearing. It's church bells. I didn't realize it was already 3 o'clock. That's when I told myself I was going to throw in the towel at 3. Because I got to be somewhere at 6, and I got a couple cars to work on. One will take like 10 minutes for real. The other one, hopefully no more than an hour. Hopefully less than that. It's just I got like 6 exhaust bolts that are rusted. They're supposed to be like a 15 millimeter, and they look like they're like a 11 or a 12. They're so rusted. I'm hoping I can just get the air chisel and get in there and just whack them off. Because the new pipe came with new gaskets, new bolts, all that jazz. So I pray it goes easy. Because every time I got to get my kid, things always just, I'm always on a time clock, always rushing. It sucks. Don't mean to be Debbie the Downer, but it sucks being on a time clock when you're fishing. Like, beautiful day, beautiful weather. I don't care, no fish are biting. Nice just to be out here. I'd like to float all the way down the river. Shoot, there's a restaurant down there, like way far. It would probably be like a 3 hour drift. But I'd do it if I had the time. Because by then, I'd be hungry, ready to eat. And then we'd have a nice evening ride back upriver home. But being on a time clock, that's the story of my life. I keep saying to myself, one day I'll get caught up at chores at home, cleaning the garage, cleaning the basement, fixing the roof. I still hope for. I'm still telling myself one day I will get all my stuff done and have more free time. We'll see. Downtown Ernie Brown. He says, "You ever use freeze off? It's great for old rusty bolts." No, I actually the CRC brand. That stuff's expensive, but I just seen it like a month ago. I never even knew it existed. It's in a can and it actually freezes the bolt instead of heating it. No, I never used that, but I seen it and I wanted it. It was like $20 or $30 a can. I'd still buy it if it works that good, especially because it's not like you're gonna be using it every day, so it would probably last a while. I used to use that Creole oil in the orange can, but I used to get it for free. People from the steel mill would give it to me, and I went to buy it. I bought a few cans, and I said, "That's enough. This stuff's like $40 a can." Now it's probably even more. But I definitely want to get some of that freeze off. But what I want to get is that heat induction gun. It looks like a soldering gun, and it's got all these different wire coils like springs, different sizes for different bolts. You put it over the bolt and pull the trigger, and it gets up. It heats glowing red, the coil, which in turn heats the bolt. They were hundreds of dollars when they first came out, but now I see cheap ones on the internet for like $50. I use PB Blaster or this stuff called BG Enforce. BG Products makes it. They make like oil additives and gear oil. But I use this BG Enforce just because it's free. When you buy a brake fluid flush kit, it comes with like a quart of brake fluid, and it'll come with a little bottle of like a little sample bottle, like I don't know, 7, 8, 9 ounce can, like a little mini can. I guess it's for like spraying on the bleeder screws. But every time you get a bottle of brake fluid, it comes with one of them little sample cans. Well, I got like 50 of them little cans, so I just use them. I like it because it foams. The BGN Force, it's a foam spray, and you can control the trigger. Like PB Blaster, good luck trying to squirt just a little bit out. You barely try to pull that trigger, and that stuff hitting the bolt, bouncing back in your face. But this BGN Force, you can just barely push it and just a little. I mean, you can literally have just a drop. If that's all you want is one single drop just to get the threads lubed up, you can spray one drop. I'm back here itching my leg. It feels like it's sunburned and mosquito bitten, and I look at my hand and it's covered in blood. No wonder it's bothering me so much. I'm freaking bleeding. Good thing there's plenty of water. Wipe all this crap off. These fish are really being some dastadulas, I tell you. Like, what more do they want from me? I got them different kind of baits. I got it at different levels. And I've been on 2 different sections of the river. And they're still being hard-headed. Can you guys hear that traffic? Because it is loud. At least the semi trucks are when they use their Jake brake. I always say when we drift under that bridge, it's a good spot and we catch fish. But the past 3 times I've said that, I look like a fool because we didn't catch anything. Shoot, it's too hot not to be drinking this soda. It's just sitting in my bag getting warmer and warmer. Get out of here, honeybee. You get them cool nights and them bees start acting funny, like they're drunk or something. Flying around places they normally don't fly and following you like you got something that they want. Hey, New Jersey fishing maniac, I didn't see you come in. Shot down in flames. He says, "How did I do yesterday?" He had to leave the stream. I caught 2 fish, landed 2. Well, we caught 3. One got off. I think you might have seen that one, but I caught 2. One in the daylight, and then one after I got my engine started. I went to reel in the balloon pole, and it had a fish on it, a little channel cat. So we got 2 yesterday. And I had such fun and a good time. I was like, you know what? I'm going to come out here again. And I come out early because if I waited till the evening to try to come out, I wouldn't have time and wouldn't make it. And I wanted to come out. I wanted to be sure I got to fish today, so I did that. Well, I worked for a little bit and then left, go fishing for a few hours, and then go back to work for a couple hours. Downtown Ernie Brown says Yellow Jackets are Brad right now. Yeah, I forget who I heard talking about. Forget who that was. Somebody in chat, someone's chat I was in was talking about how big the stingers were on these Yellow Jackets or Hornets or something they seen. We're either getting a bite or we're dragging bottom. I think we're dragging bottom. Yep, we're just dragging bottom. At least we didn't get snagged. Better check that other one. Whoa! About lost the bell. Because if that one's dragging bottom, you know this one is. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if these two aren't tangled. Shot down in flames. Next time you and Danny stream, ask him how to refresh it. Yeah, I'm going to have to ask him. Because my screen went black earlier. We still got the bait. I don't know what's going on. If I had more time out here today, I would be downsizing hooks and baits. I got tiny hooks on that balloon one suspended out the back though, so that really might not even help us today. All right, them are at a good depth. Fish on, y'all. Finally. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where are you going? Get over here with your bad self. Oh, he's got some shoulders to him. He's like, give me that. Oh, don't tell me he got off. Nah, he's still there. He's still there. He's still there. See, this is the old Doc Demon, man. You can strip them gears all day, and it's not going to hurt. You do that with them new Doc Demons, I bet you them things break the instant. This is a nice one. Unless I'm just so excited to finally get a fish, but it's spinning the boat. Look, it's really spinning the boat. I'll tighten the drag, but being that this is our first and only fish, I don't want to lose it. Ooh, it just about got off. Alright, I about got it. Bear with me. I gotta slide this balloon down. See, if we had mono on, I could just keep reeling and the balloon would slide down all by itself. But I gotta. Alright, there's our swivel. Oh, look at that color. That's a good one, y'all, for sure. Alright, let's sink this ski. This is only 10-pound mono. Alright, we got it, y'all. £10 mono with like, I forget the size of these hooks. I think like number 2s or number 4s. I ordered them online. I thought they were 2/0 or 4/0, and they were number, not aught. That's a good one. If I was keeping them, this would be the one. And we're coming up on a good hot spot too. About to go under this bridge, so hopefully we get more. There he goes, back down to the depths. About time. Now y'all have been holding out on that like button. You finally can hit it now. Don't be holding out on me for 2 of them, because that ain't happening. I gotta get back to work. I am gonna give it a little bit more since we just hooked up. We could be in a school. I don't want to miss out. So we'll cast and give it a little bit longer, but not too much longer. Let's get that balloon back out there. Shot down in flame says nice. Uncle Don says great eater. Tell me about it. Perfect eater. If I didn't have some bags in my freezer, it would have been going home for sure. But I always try to eat what I get because I'll forget about it or it'll get buried, and then next thing you know, I find a bag of frozen burned fish. And I'd much rather be eating fresh, unfrozen burn. I need more weight on this because this was set up for the back channel. I like to have my bait suspended directly under the balloon. All right, we got one. Let's see if we can get 2. But I'll be happy. I'm already happy. Nice day. We got the skunk off the boat. Other than the fact I got to go back to work for a little bit, it's a great day. Man, that was the hardest earned fish I think I've had in a long time. Making me wait that long, making us wait that long. What's wrong with them fish? Don't they know we got places to go, people to see? You guys see how that fish, it looked like grass was coming out of it. Usually it's just that sludge stuff that looks like plant material, but it was an actual plant coming out of it. Uncle Don says fish don't last long in his house. Yeah, mine either. We eat too much of it. Actually, I eat them out of the river. I don't give them to my kid though out of the river. I mean, I'll give him a little piece if I'm eating some and he wants some or something, but I won't give him a meal. We get them from the lakes. I try to stock the freezer with ones that are from the lake. I started eating fish out of here probably about 5 years ago. When I was up at the dam and I seen old timers with stringers of walleye, I'm like, couldn't understand, because I grew up you can't eat fish out of here. You start glowing and turning green and growing at 11th digit. I said, "What are you guys doing with them?" And they looked at me like I was dumb. One just walked away from me. Another guy shook his head and he's like, "We're eating them." I was like, "What?" And he goes on to tell me, he's like, "I'm 72 years old and I've been eating fish out of here my whole life." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "My whole family does." And I'm like, "Well, heck." I was like, "How old's that guy?" He's like 89. I'm like, "Well, heck." And if they've been eating them, they were eating them back in the day when the river was way dirtier and there wasn't rules and regulations and everything just got dumped in here. So they were eating them out of the worst time period and they were okay. And that's when I decided, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. And I ate some walleye. It's the best thing I ever had. And I never looked back since. But no, they got every state has their fish consumption advisory guides. And Ohio says you can eat out of this section of the river 1 fish a month. And then none over 18 inches. 18 inches or under, which is small, I know. I consider a good eater 20, 25 inches, but they say safely 18 inches and under and 1 a day. And it changes too with flatheads. Flatheads, I think the most recent advisory guide I read from Ohio from last year, I think it said you could eat 2 flatheads, which is weird. You kind of always just associate flatheads with dark, deep, murky, muddy bottom feeder fish. Uh, but it says you can eat 2 flatheads a month and 1 channel, which is, like I said, I thought that was weird. I figured it would be the opposite. But like I said, I usually just try to get them out of the lake so I don't have to worry about none of that. And then I can eat as much as I want. But most people don't realize everywhere has fish consumption. Like even the fish you go to the store and buy, it's from the ocean. And the ocean has fish consumption advisories. And a lot of places, the ocean, they actually say don't eat the fish. It's not safe. But yet, that's what our grocery stores are filled with, unless it's farm raised. But yeah, everywhere, every state, ocean, every body of water, if you look, you'll find a fish consumption advisory guide. Like Ohio has it. They break down every body of water, every river, every lake, every tributary, and it will tell you every species of fish, how many you can eat, how much, what size. I actually have it on my PDF and books in the books app. It keeps all your PDF files. I got the PDF consumption guide on my phone. All right, we're going under the bridge. It might get a little noisy, but we might also get a big one. I can't believe there hasn't been a barge. Like, that's a miracle. I'm going to check my depth because I don't want to miss out on a good fish because we're nowhere near bottom. All right. I'm going to reel this one up just to make sure we're not tangled with the other one. Because see how my lines, they're going out away from the boat. That's what the other one was doing. So there's a good chance it went and got tangled. Nope, it's not tangled. Woo, that wind is kicking. Can you guys hear the wind? How bad is it? It feels good though. It's the first time I quit sweating since I've been out here. And I already went for one swim when I first got out here. I'm bone dry. We need more weight. We're moving so fast, the lines are going out that way. All right, we're on bottom, but we're also 30 feet away from the boat. Yeah, I'm gonna give it the drift. We'll drift this bridge and drift the next bridge, and then I'm calling it because I gotta get home. Watch this dang thing not start. Then I'll really not be getting home. Well, we drifted that bridge, no bites. We'll drift under this bridge. Give it like 10 more minutes. Hey, Cindy, welcome in. You're just catching the tail end of things. We just got one fish, and it was hard earned. Let me tell you, the ticker's at 122.38. So Don't know if that's an hour and 22 minutes or 122 minutes, but either way, that channel cat we just got was hard earned. It was probably about 10 minutes back, 15 minutes back. We got two out the front suspended off bottom, and we got a balloon suspended out back. We got 3 rods. Oh, I heard about your car. That sucks. That really sucks. You wouldn't believe how many people that happens to. Customers of mine get a new car and they get wrecked like within the first month. I haven't seen any boat traffic today, not even a barge, which is crazy. Is there any damage, like noticeable damage? If there is, definitely go through your insurance. I see people make this mistake almost every single time when it comes to body work. Something will happen and they'll look at it and judge for themselves and think, oh, that's only a couple $100 fix, $100 in paint, $100 for work can be fixed for $200. But in reality, that $200 ding is a $2,000 ding. Because say the bumper cover gets damaged. Well, you want an OEM one from Kia, so there's $1,000. For someone to take it off and put it on, there's a dang near $1,000, and painting it. So, anyways, long story short, if there's any significant damage, and you say you got a $500 deductible and you think it's only $200 worth of damage, just get it fixed through insurance. Because I see so many people not want to get it fixed because they think it's people. In other words, people don't realize how much it costs to fix do body work and paint professionally. Most people think, a little bit of spray paint, bada boom, bada bing, it's fixed. No. Yeah, you can do that, hide it, make it look not as noticeable, but to fix it right, that stuff's expensive. I hope you've had to file a police report and didn't just take the dude's word for it, because there are some slippery characters out there. I had this guy hit me one day, family guy, had car seats in the car, and nice. You think nice, uh, honest family dude. I didn't file a police report. Sure enough, the dude screwed me, and I had no proof. It was he said, she said. I hope you don't have Geico. I had Geico. I had Geico for like 10 years, and I filed my very first claim with them, and they acted like it was my fault. I was eating dinner in my house, just got done work, and my neighbor comes pounding on my door saying, "We caught him! We caught him! We got him!" I'm like, "What?" I have no clue. They're beating down my door, talking about they got him. They were all proud and excited of themselves, but I guess somebody hit my car while it was parked, and the dude tried to get away, and they chased him down and blocked the street, and my neighbors all stopped them. And I called Geico, and Geico acted like it was my fault, like I was at fault. They're like, "Oh well, you got to go to the police station and get a police report and mail it to us and do this." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I got to do it. What am I paying insurance for if I got to do all the legwork?" Like, had you guys for almost 10 years, never filed a claim. I finally do, and you guys are acting like it's my fault. Then I go to the police station and ask for the police report. They're like, yeah, we can give it to you, but you got to pay for it. I couldn't believe it. But when it was all said and done, I dropped Geico so quick. They had me. So my car gets hit while I'm sitting down eating dinner, and they made it out like it was my fault and my problem. I got State Farm now. Never had to file any claims, so I can't speak on that, but they are the cheapest by far. Man, that camera's a little, I don't know, it's like dark. It's cloudy out, but it's not dark out, but it looks dark on the screen. Does it look dark to you guys? Yeah, State Farm. Well, actually, I can't even say State Farm's good because I did file a house claim with State Farm. That's even crazier story. Now I got him for car insurance because I know the guy, our local agent. He's like a not a friend, but a town resident and someone that everyone knows. So that's who I went with. But I had we're getting spun around. But I had State Farm for house coverage. Oh, my house still's not fixed, and it's 5 years later. I just gave up. A storm blew part of the roof off. I wait for over a month for an adjuster to come. This guy finally shows up, and I got a 2-story house. It's pretty tall. This guy finally shows up, and he pulls up in a car. He knocks on my door, and I'm like, "Who are you?" Because I seen his car. So I definitely didn't think he was an adjuster. I feared an adjuster that's going to look at your roof to determine the damage is going to have a truck with ladders. He's like, "I'm the insurance adjuster from State Farm." I said, "What?" I said, "Where's your ladders?" "Ladders? What ladder?" I said, "Your ladders. How are you going to get up on my roof?" He's like, "Well, I was hoping that you had one." Right then and there, I knew this wasn't going to go good. And the dude still to this day never got up on the roof. No one from State Farm has come and got up on the roof. And we're getting a bite on the balloon. But yeah, no one from State Farm's ever come and got up on the roof. And I had interior damage too, water damage. Well, they're like, we'll pay you. It was like $7,000 or $8,000. I got like over 5 quotes from 5 different companies, and every single one of them was like, I think the cheapest was like 10,000, but the average price was like 12,000 for the whole new roof. And what they were offering wouldn't even cover the roof, let alone the interior damage, which was upstairs and downstairs. And the only company that I could almost afford was the cheapest one, and they had 40 current cases in the district court for being sued, for being a bad company, not completing jobs, doing poor work. You could get on the court's website and search the public records, and they had 40 open pending cases. And that's the only company that State Farm almost gave me enough money to be able to afford. And they only give half the money. They're like, well, here's half. Here's 2,500. We'll give you the rest when the work's done. And I had such a bad time and experience with them. I didn't trust them to give me the rest of that money. I said, I'm not signing my name on a contract to agree to pay all this money. We got a bite, y'all. But I wasn't signing a contract to put my name on it, written in stone, agreeing to pay for monies that I haven't even received yet. But it still never got fixed. I patched it. I repaired myself, but it was horrible. But so far, State Farm for my automobile, everything's been good. But the house, not so much. We had a bite. They might have swiped my bait. We had a bite on number 2. says there's 32 people in here. Guys ain't chatting much. Oh, we got a bite in the back. The balloon just had a bite. 32 viewers. So where's everybody from? Where are you viewing from? What state? What country? Is this dude swimming? Is he for real? Maybe he's one of them ice plungers to swim in the frigid waters. Nah. Oh, there we go. Oh, shit. What's he doing? This is the wharf. You don't swim here. The current here is no joke. The dock is undercut. You can get washed under there and be gone forever. And big Navy ships dock to the right. And there's so much debris and stuff. Where did he go? I didn't even see him come up yet. Did you guys see him come up? I've never seen anyone swim there in my life. Is that him? The more you zoom in, the more blurry it gets. Yeah, I see his bald head. Kind of looks like me. What is he doing? I'm surprised he can swim up current because we got the wind blowing this way and we got the current going that way. I'm moving along at like well over a mile an hour. And it's hot out, but the water is cool because we've been having cold 50-degree nights. Let's see what this dude's doing. Where'd he go? There he is. I know it's blurry. Dark Magician, welcome back. You was in last night, I think, or was it earlier today? He says he's from out. They're from Alabama. Jerry, welcome in. Hello from the Netherlands. Heck yeah, that's awesome. I ain't never seen the Netherlands. I'm not in here. This is a person, y'all. Anyone that just came in. He just jumped off that wharf there, and he's swimming. He could have exited the water 20 minutes ago. Well, not 2 minutes ago. So I don't know what the heck he's doing. It looks like a dog swimming, but it's a person. He's right in the middle of the screen. It's hard to see him with them rocks behind him. I don't know what he's doing. Now he's swimming out from the bank. This dude gotta be drunk or high. Because this ain't a place you swim. Anyone that knows this river. Because most parts of this river is shallow and there's a channel that runs, but this stretch, the whole thing's a channel for the most part, and the current just gets ripping through here. He's still in the water. I guess he's just going for a swim. When he first jumped in, I was like, oh shoot, what's he doing? I'm gonna zoom out because I know it's blurry as all. And it's impossible to hold the camera still when you're zoomed in that much. If anything interesting happens, I'll pan back on him. I wish I had more time because we're coming up on behind this hockey arena. There's a creek, a big one. It actually has two outlets, two flows that flow out, and it's a sweet spot to fish. That guy's still in the water. Shoot, when we caught that first channel cat, I thought it was the start to something good, but I guess not. I guess that was the Lone Ranger, lone wolf, out on the prowl for some food, and just happened to find my hook. I caught Jerry. I caught one channel cat. That's it. It was hard earned, and I've been out here a while. It's midday though. You never know with the midday bite. It's either gonna be great or caca, and it's been caca. Dark Magician says midday snack seeker. That guy's still swimming. He's got to be on something. I can't even find him in the camera. There he is. Right in the middle of the screen. That little white spot. Now, if he was someone I seen normal, daily, or usually, then I'd just be like it to someone exercising. But I've never seen anyone jump in there, so definitely not exercising. Looks more like somebody losing their gosh darn mind. Yeah, this current is ripping. I can't believe he jumped in there with them docks the way they're built. Cause the current pushes, like when I'm dragging baits in a boat and I'm going up or down, I can be right here in the middle of the river, and when I'm going up or down, the current pushes. We get up again, so I gotta jack the trolling motor speed up so I get away because the current just pushes you underneath that wharf, or not under it, but up against it. But if you're in the water swimming, it's gonna want to push you up under there. I don't know. It's dark under there. I don't know how far back it goes, but I know at least 10 feet back, and then it just gets total darkness. I'd like to get one more. Come on, fishies. It's been a great day though. Not a single barge, not a single boat. Head up the creek. I would if I had more time. I gotta get back to work. There's the creek. See that train bridge? The wind just changed. Complete opposite directions. That flag was moving south and now it's blowing north. Now it's blowing west. Must be that weather. I think there's a hurricane on the east coast. At least it looked like it. It was spiraling and swirling out in the ocean. And it's actually got our weather on the radar. It usually moves from west to east, and it's actually backwards. It's moving from east to west. It must be why the wind's doing all this funky business. Yep, and we're getting spun around again. At least we can see the balloon and the rods. That balloon is doing some funny stuff. I don't feel a fish on it though. Somebody's barbecuing. Unless it's one of them restaurants up there. Smells good. That's all I had was breakfast. I almost didn't even finish it because I made too much. I wasn't even that hungry. But it wasn't enough to save for leftovers, so I just made myself eat it all. JJ Kiwi Shadow, hello from Manchester. Manchester, United States, or Manchester, Europe? That'd be cool if it was from Europe, because we just had someone from the Netherlands in here. I just want to see that balloon get pulled underwater and disappear. That means it's a big one. Manchester, England. Sweet. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. We're just trying to catch some catfish. It's been a tough go of it for today. We caught one, but we should have got the time we put in, we should have got 10 of them. I'm trying to just get one more before I call it quits. I should have left for about 4. I told myself I was leaving at 3. And it's 3:48. The things we'll do for fish. I just want one more for all the dedicated people that's been watching the whole time. That's the least I can do is get y'all one more. The third one on the back, I can hear the bell jingling. It's acting all funny. Oh, we got a fish on. Oh yeah. Dang mosquitoes already coming out. Just had one on me. Oh yeah, we got 2 fish on, y'all. That's what I'm talking about, baby. We still got one up front too. Look, fish on. We got 2 fish. Let's see if we can triple up. Let's get that third one down. Is my mic on? Yeah. Oh, I'm losing y'all. Drinking my soda real quick. Because I know this fish should get up here in the boat and spill it. Every single time I get one. Ah! Oh, it ain't broke. The handle come off, but it just snapped. Just pops right back on. And that's the original Dog Demon. I know that thing didn't break. I'm surprised that's the first time that handle come off in all these years. There's one little fishy. We still got one on front too. We got 2 fish. All right, there's one channel cat. Figure out which way that originally went in. There we go. Get your whisker out of my fingers. All right, y'all. Anything you want to say? Making us wait all day for 1 second fish? How dare you? All right, he's going back. Let's reel this second one. If it's still on, I think it is. Yeah, it's still here. It's still on. Oh, this one feels a little better. He feels he's wrapped funny. I think he wrapped himself up in the line. I could feel it like unrolling. This one got a little bit thicker line, so we can be a little tougher. That other one only had 10-pound mono. So I had to be careful. This one's got some, I don't know what that is, at least 20 or 30. Come on. People want to see you. There we go. Little channel. Nothing to write home about, but that's fish 3. And I said I just wanted to catch another fish for y'all, for the people that's been watching. Welcome in, AD. Says fish on. Channel cat. We'll let that one go. He bit me. That's what I'm talking about. Now I don't want to go home. But I got to. I gotta get back to work. Should have been there an hour ago. Boss is gonna be mad. Well, we got one more line down. Pole number 1 didn't get a fish yet. I'm gonna leave that one suspended down while I reel these other 2 away. See if we can hook up on that other one. That's a good way to end it, I tell you, because it was rough. The time spent out here, that still doesn't make up for all the trouble we went through. But it's nice to catch something. If I was keeping them, that would have definitely been the perfect keeper fish. The 3 that I caught. When that handle ripped off that Dock Demon, I was like, oh no, it broke. My last original Dock Demon. But it's got like a little like a little detent. It just snaps on and snaps off. I'm just wrapping this one back up. Try to wrap it up to where next time we use it, it's not a battle to get it untangled, you know. That wind has blown us 10 different directions in the past 10 minutes, I tell you. I try to put these hooks on this triple hook rig. Try to hook the hooks in the eye of the pole or in the eye of the swivel. Because if you got 3 hooks flopping around, good luck when it's time to use them. Because they will be tangled like no other. You guys wouldn't believe how many times I left that rod holder back there and lost it. This is probably the 20th one I bought for the back of that. And I've been fishing off the jet ski for like 5 years. I probably lost about 20 of these. Yeah, just a channel cat. I was hoping it was a blue or a flathead. I haven't caught any blues on this stretch of the Ohio River, and unless I'm up at the dam. At the dam, all day. Away from the dam, I haven't seen a blue cat in 3 years. It's kind of weird. Because we don't even have that many, like, cat fishermen around here. You'll see the occasional catfisher boat, you know, with the T-bars or the rod rack on back, but occasionally. Not like other places you go and you see, you know, a dozen catfish boats. I kind of like it. my little slice of heaven. And that's what they say. West Virginia, almost heaven. I live in Ohio, but there's West Virginia, there's Ohio. So it's all home to me. I even got I'm from Ohio, but I even got my West Virginia. You can't tell, but this is West Virginia camo. See the state? I went to go get me an Ohio one. It's a state camo. And they wanted $79 for an Ohio camo shirt. I said, oh no. I got this one years ago when stuff was priced normal. All right, we got all the rods out of the water. If you guys want to keep watching, I guess I'll keep it rolling. I'm just packing my rods up and putting things away so we can haul butt back home and don't have to worry about nothing blowing out. Can you guys hear me? My mic was off. It's on now. I just don't know if it's connected with the receiver. I just went to put the mic inside my life vest to block some of the wind and noticed it wasn't even on. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now. start floating away. Only do one thing at a time. They say really they're just jumping from one task to another. And I believe that because when I try to truly do yeah, my mic died. I just had to switch it. Can you hear me now? My mic died and then I turned it, powered it back on, and it died again, and now I just switched to a different one. Cool. Thank you, Cindy, for letting me know. Yeah, I wish I could stay fishing, especially since the bite just picked up at the end. I don't know if the fishing turned on or if we just went over a good spot of fish. It's kind of like, the moon and the ocean and the stars and women, trying to figure that stuff out. If you think too much about it, you rack your brain and go nuts. So I don't know if it was bite turned on finally or we just went over a good spot. But I'm happy we got a couple. Well, a few. 3. I think it was 3. 1, it took forever. And then 2 more that took even longer to get. You have no trailer, dude. What are you doing? Just walking to get the trailer. Anyone that's just joining or came in, we just got done doing a little bit of fishing. So if you're hoping to see some fish caught, it ain't happening because we're done. But there's still 50 people in here, so I just kept it rolling. There's that old bridge we went under. It says Nero's Bridge. I can tell you a story about old Nero. It was about 15 years ago. I went riding my bike across that bridge, and he says, "I'm Nero. This is Nero's Bridge." Well, we found out whose bridge it was that day, let me tell you. Not that I'm taking claim to the bridge. Nero can have it. But if you cross that bridge, if you don't cross that bridge and try to come to this island, you have to go all the way down the highway on the Ohio side for like miles and then cross. And you got to go like 5 miles out of your way. And when you're on a bike or you're walking, that's worth fighting over. Well, at least back then it was. Nowadays, it ain't worth fighting over. It is hot in here, let me tell you. Oh, I forgot to open my tailgate. Come on, just come on. Come on. I see more cars without trailers here than with today. I haven't seen a single boat or trailer. I forgot to put my tailgate down, backing up, and you can't even see these little tiny jet ski trailers. But we'll be alright. Maybe. We're about half sideways. Oh, Now we're really sideways. The thing with the little jet ski trailer, it don't take much, or any little trailer for that much. It don't take much to get out of whack and make a boo-boo. I'm going slithering like a snake down the ramp because I can't see. Oh, we're getting it slowly but surely. There's no other boats here, so it really don't matter. I can be sideways on the ramp. Well, it's good enough. Good enough for me. Good enough for anybody. Thanks, Heather. They're just some little channel, cookie cutter channel cats. Nice to catch something to catch, though, after putting in, hours of time. So that was cool. But definitely nothing to write home about. I haven't really fished the river as much this year because I've been chasing the blue cats, and I gotta go to a lake near me it's like an hour drive to catch an abundance of blue cats. But I'm gonna start fishing the river more because it's getting that fall bite, and the flatheads are gonna be easier to catch. Although my PB flathead last year, it came in June, so you just never know with flatheads. It could be winter, it could be summer, it could be right now. Oh, I shouldn't have untied from the dock. I should have made sure this thing starts up first because we're drifting away. Dang it. This thing's driving me nuts, I tell you. There's not a single season. Maybe it's the kill switch. There's not a single season where this thing doesn't act up or do something. I can tell you, though, if this doesn't start, we're going to be in trouble because the wind is ripping. Well, hell. Guess we're paddling. Maybe. I might have to get the paddle out from underneath, the real paddle. Because the crock paddle was not doing too good. Maybe it'll start now. Oh, no. Gosh darn. This wind's ripping it. Don't help. We're not that far from the truck. That's why I'm still trying to paddle. I got a decision. Keep paddling or get the jumper pack out. It may or may not start the jet ski. But by then, we'll be too far away to paddle if it doesn't start. If I didn't have the camera on me, I'd have jumped in 5 minutes ago and just swam into the trailer. Rod Wilson, yeah, I'm stopping. I gotta get home. I gotta get back to work, actually. I got a couple cars I gotta get done. Man, look how clear that water is. Me stirring it up, it ain't too clear, but it's pretty freaking clear. It's about 2 feet deep right here, and you can see the bottom, like, perfect. Now we're in this swamp grass. Come on, baby. We're in the home stretch. These Crocs are made for walking or paddling. It's hard to paddle through this crap. This weeds are like thick. We're actually stuck in the weeds. We're about to sink. No, I'm just kidding. We ain't sinking. All this water in here, I'm sure it looks like it. It's one reason it's nice to have 2 jet skis, because if you ever truly break down, you're never going to be stranded. You just got to make it back to your truck, and then you can use the one to rescue the other. Unless the second one breaks down, then you're truly screwed. Alright, I'm almost out of this grass. I'm getting a workout in today. Shoot. Some days when I fish, I got one of them calorie counters on my phone. And days that I fish and I'm just sitting there, it shows that I don't move. The distance traveled is dang near 0. But we're getting a workout today. Alright, we're on the trailer, kinda. I'm glad we're on the trailer because my arm is starting to cramp up. Ooh, my arm's starting to really cramp up. It ain't even my arm, it's like the back side of my shoulder on my back. We're stuck in this weeds. That's the problem. Oh, no you don't. Don't start drifting away from the trailer. Here goes the wind again. You guys are about 2 seconds away from seeing me jump in because I about had it. How's this for entertainment? I know the camera keeps cutting in and out because I keep tilting it. Can't get my tail swung around. There we go. Thank you, baby Jesus. Come on, you yahoo. Oh, I about lost my power. Alright, we're cooking with peanut oil now. Alright, I'm jumping for it. Get out of my shoe, grass. We're floating away, trying to get my shoe on. Oh, Lordy, we made it. How's that for entertainment? For all you bored folks sitting at home. I didn't put the trailer that far in the water because I thought I was going to have a gas engine to pull it up on there. My legs are cramping. My shoulders are cramping. My arms are cramping. I'd like to give this thing a few choice words right about now. Ta-da! Curse you. Woo! This is like ice! If I didn't grab a hold of my truck just now, I would have went for a swim because there was no stopping. Yeah, the water's super clear. It's crazy. I'm thirsty now. I got a soda in here, but it's about 100 degrees because I've been in here with the windows rolled up. I'm ready to get out of here. Can you tell? I just gotta put the straps, get the poles, get the fishing poles off the jet ski and put the straps on. And I'll be underway. Now I'm hot. Shoot, I sweat more in the last 5 minutes than I did all day. And it was hot out. I was sweating. But I'm really sweating now. If this thing keeps giving me so much grief, it's getting put away for the year. I'm just a little upset that I charged that battery last night thinking that was a problem, and here we are still dealing with no start, an intermittent no start. So that'll be fun to diagnose. I'm hoping it's just terminals corrosion. Starter terminals need cleaned or something, or the starter may need taken apart. It could be just as equally corroded, because there's always a little bit of water in the hull of these things, unless you keep them indoors. But if you keep them outside, tarp or no tarp, there's going to be water in them. Uncle Don R, how did I do? I actually managed to wrap it up with 2 catfish at the very last minute. We caught the one channel cat like an hour into the stream, which you might have seen that. It was hard earned. And then the last 2, they were even harder earned. They were caught at the same time. I thought for a minute we were going to have a trip. We had a double up. I thought the last rod was going to get a fish. Because the first one was fish on, the second one, bam, fish on 10 seconds later. The third one, everything felt right. I was just waiting for the last minute. I bet you this thing starts now. No. I was about to say, watch it start. I'm going to be mad. I hope my rods are on the other side. I usually sit them right here. I don't see them. They could have fell out when I was paddling. Nope, there they are. See, if I had the boat, I'd be spending another 20 minutes putting things away and unpacking. With the jet ski, it's as simple as this. We're packed up. We're packed up, ready to go. Especially if it's nighttime, it even takes longer because then you got lights to put away and stuff that you normally wouldn't have out in the daytime. Well, I'm going to end it because I'm about to hop in the truck and drive home. Everybody that watched, thank you. I appreciate it. Hit the notify bell or subscribe if you want to catch more next time. And have a good day. Catch y'all later. Thank you, Heather. God bless. Have a good one.